Oh, hey, y'all. Welcome back to Crosswires, where the only thing more twisted than my coasters is my sense of direction in these parks. Today we're serving up what I like to call Gothic Test realness. And I say Gothic with a side eye because, let's be honest, this park started off as a so-called Gothic blueprint. And then I just kept building. Honey, did I say Gothic? Questionable. But did I have fun? Absolutely. Now, before we get into the rides, let's talk about this park's layout. Because, baby, these paths got more kinks than a garden hose in July. So buckle up, throw your hands in the air, and give me a 2 snaps, a loop, and a scream. Because confusion is the real thrill right here. Let's start at the beginning, which for the first time ever is a hotel. That's right, you gotta check in before you check out these coasters. Talk about hospitality with a side of vertigo. And don't get me started on these paths. I'm still trying to find my way to the bathroom. GPS? Useless. If you find the exit, you deserve a prize. Honestly, you might want to drop breadcrumbs Hansel and Gretel style. Now I know what you're thinking. Did he build all this? Well, let me tell you, a lot of these buildings, all me, baby. But I'm not above a little workshop magic. Sometimes you gotta let somebody else do the heavy lifting while you catching up on your stories. Call it lazy, call it efficient. Either way, I'm clicking and dragging like a pro. This was also my first time making a ride skin. I was feeling so creative, like Martha Stewart with a glue gun and a dream. And for the first time, I themed a coaster to completion. Of course, it was a base game blueprint, but don't judge. Sometimes you gotta start with the basics. Baby steps, honey, baby steps. All right, let's get into Astral Navigation. Now, let me tell you, I spent more time on that station than I did on my last relationship. It's got drama, it's got flair, it's got more lights than a drag show on opening night. But that queue, child, let's just say it's still in the witness protection program. If you make it to the end of that line, honey, snap a pic for proof because you just unlocked the secret level. I hope you pack snacks and a portable charger because you're gonna need them. But step outside and bam! That exterior is serving so much drama. I had to stop and check if paparazzi were waiting. I was feeling myself so hard, I nearly started signing autographs in the queue line. Now the G-force is on this ride. You better secure your hat, your wig, your lashes, and your edges, because Astral Navigation came to snatch it all. I saw folks getting off looking like they just went through the car wash with the windows down. If you survived this one, honey, you deserve a medal and a cold drink. I was out here laying bricks like I was auditioning for HGTV. Who knew I had it in me? Guess I finally got tired of clicking subscribe on the workshop items. Progress, people. Progress. Next up, let's talk about Hexatron. Now listen, I'll admit, this one doesn't even have a station yet. That's right, guests are just standing out there in the element, praying the ride shows up before Mother Nature does. But honey, I had a vision. I was setting myself up for greatness. Sometimes you gotta just give the people suspense. But let's talk about that queue line. It weaves past the coaster like it's on a mission to collect frequent flyer miles. I mean, you're so close to the track, you might just catch a breeze, a bug, or even a loose hat if you're not careful. That queue is serving drama, suspense, and just enough "am I supposed to be this close to the action?" energy to make you wonder if you're accidentally signed up for a stunt show. Honey, if you get any closer, they might hand you a helmet and put you on the payroll. Honestly, I love a queue that keeps people guessing and dizzy. Half the folks in the line are just trying to remember which way is forward, and the other half are reconsidering their life choices. You want a safe, boring line? Go wait at the DMV. Here, we do things with flair. And then there's this wild child, Iron Fury, or as I like to call it, no name, just shame. Listen, there's no theming, no fancy decorations, just unfiltered adrenaline and the architectural equivalent of a dare. I was feeling bold, so I made this thing crash right through the hotel. That's right, you can check in, drop your bags, and immediately question your life decisions as a coaster train comes screaming past your window. Forget room service, baby. Here, you get a complimentary thrill ride and a wake-up call that'll have you clutching your pearls. This ride is so wild, even the maintenance crew said, "Are you sure about this?" But hey, I call it immersive theming. Welcome to Gothic Test, where you don't just sleep at the hotel, you survive it. All right, let's talk about gold fever. Now, don't let the name fool you. There's not a single speck of gold on this ride. If you came here looking for treasure, honey, the only thing you're gonna find is a bumpy journey and maybe your lost dignity. But this ride is fully themed. Okay. I put in the work. There are more props than a community theater production and enough random details to keep you guessing what decade you're in. You walk up thinking you're about to strike it rich, but the only thing getting shaken down is your spine. This coaster is bumpier than a group chat after midnight. And listen, I wasn't even familiar with the Swing Mine Train coaster type yet. So this thing shakes, rattles, and rolls like it's trying to win America's Funniest Home Videos. You better hold on to your snacks, your hat, and your last meal, because you will feel every single turn. I saw folks getting off this ride looking like they just went through the spin cycle. Edges gone, hair sideways, and questioning all their life choices. But you know what? Gold Fever's got heart. It's got personality, and let's be honest, it probably has a few screws loose. Just like me. If you made it through without losing your lunch or your pride, you deserve a commemorative button and a neck massage, honey. Okay, let's talk about Stunt Rider. Now this little number rolled in straight from Misfit Island, and baby, it did not come quietly. Stunt Rider showed up like a reality show contestant with a suitcase full of secrets and a whole lot of drama. You could practically hear the other coasters whispering, "Who invited her?" I've given this ride a much needed glow up. The theming, oh, it's serving looks. It's giving more action, more attitude, and a whole lot less. Did somebody build this on their lunch break? Now, don't get too excited. There still aren't any chrome bikes in the queue or people walking in slow motion. But honey, compared to Tweaker back on Misfit Island, this is a full-on upgrade. Tweaker was so tragic, even the maintenance crew needed therapy. Here's where it gets extra. This ride was themed around the park doing a whole commercial for it. That's right, a full-on lights, camera, action production. Because nothing says ride me like a marketing budget, darling. They had explosions, slow motion shots, and probably a wind machine or two, because you know every great ride deserves a dramatic entrance. So if you're ready for thrills, chills, and a little bit of showbiz, hop on Stunt Rider. And if you make it through without wanting to call your agent, you deserve a gold star and a standing ovation. so remember Steam Odyssey? Don't get your hopes up, because we're not riding this one today. Why? Because we've already been there, we've already done that, honey. And I'm not about to give you an encore. If you missed it, go back and catch the episode at Misfit Island. Do your homework. Steam Odyssey is fabulous, but she's not about to do a double feature. Next, please. Okay, so last but not least is Rapid Rush. Now listen, I'm not saying it's impossible to get a green on these rapid rides, but baby, I've never seen it. And believe me, I've looked harder than a bargain hunter on Black Friday. I've tried every trick in the book, short of sacrificing a rubber ducky to the coaster gods. But hey, at least the queue line goes right over the ride, and you know I love a little drama with all my architecture. It's like a soap opera, wet, wild, and full of surprises. Come for the rapids, stay for the plot twists. Next time, we're headed to a park that started off as a building park and ended up as Palm Ridge Ranch. The sign is small because, honey, I was not about to make fonts out of basic shapes.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So that's Gothic Test, where the paths are more twisted than a season finale plot. The rides are wild enough to snatch your edges, and the hotel is the entrance because, honey, we like to keep you guessing from the jump. If you manage to make it out alive, upright, and with your wig still on straight, go ahead and give yourself a round of applause, a commemorative button, and maybe a GPS, because Lord knows you'll need it to find the exit. Honestly, if you didn't get lost at least twice, did you even visit? This park will have you rethinking your sense of direction, your life choices, and maybe even your footwear. So grab a map, grab a friend, and remember, Gothic Test. The only thing more dramatic than the rides is me. Now give yourself 2 snaps, a barrel roll, and a hair flip at the exit, baby. See you next time on Wires. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or I'll send you on Astral Navigation with no warning label.